as someone na starting a brand from scratch, I did something na parang tatatak sa ulo nila.
The impact of coffee for a certain person could be, life changing.
We grew and grew and eventually entered into franchising. Yung dapat na ipoprotect or i-establish, which is the backbone of the company, all those systems and stuff.
You've built something that could outlive you.
Kayla, everything that I do, that your dad and I do, is for you. Okay.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, John.
How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me here.
For anyone who doesn't know Anna, I've known you for several minutes now. I've been watching your videos as well on TikTok. I'm an avid follower. For anyone who doesn't know Anna, who is Anna?
Anna is, of course, a coffee lover. Anna is someone who loves to thrive in challenges. And Anna is a mother now.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Amazing. Can you talk about your current business? When did you start, and what is it? For sure, many people might have already tasted your coffee.
Yeah. So, but First Coffee started as an online cafe business. Um, Back in the days, there wasn't that much cafes that offer quality coffee at an affordable price, and it came with a free delivery service. So of course it was the pandemic and people weren't really going outside. So as someone who really wanted to be a business owner at some point in my life, parang ito yung naging opportunity ko for me to push that longing ever since. So I've also been I was also employed at that time, no, and as a coffee lover, as mentioned earlier, it was hard for me to look for coffee shops that are within my budget as a young professional. So when I had that opportunity na I want to, parang it was the right time for me to pursue this business longing of mine. I thought of coffee na lang because coffee is something that it's easy to prepare. I wouldn't have to shell out that much capital because I'm just gonna operate from my home. Just gonna use my home coffee brewer to make the coffee, no? So, and then I wanted to position that cafe na in relation to all of the young professionals out there who wants good coffee but doesn't want to break the bank, you know. Yun yung concept that I wanted to offer to the customers that we have right now, especially sa pandemic. Maraming nagbabudget. So, it's a good combination that I wanted to offer to the customers. Free delivery around a certain area, affordable coffee, quality coffee. So that is that is like the combination that what made BFC who it is since then. So people admired that concept probably because it was something na wasn't that much available, no, especially in those times. It was accessible for them. Yeah, so that's how we grew. Parang promote sa personal page ko, personal profile ko to all my family, friends, my colleagues. Tapos eventually posted it on communities, on groups. There was this group before na barter deals, no? Parang uso siya nung pandemic eh. So I would just randomly post na free coffee because that's what I wanted to that's how I can promote the business, especially with limited funds. So yeah, very generous ako in making promotions before just to get the brand out there. Because as someone starting a brand from scratch, especially as an online cafe, paano ako makikilala ng customers ko because wala akong physical store. So, I did something na parang tatatak sa ulo nila, free delivery, 60 pesos coffee, iced coffee, and sacrifice konti ng margins para lang ma-promote yung brand.
Mhm.
And then eventually naging familiar yung mga tao about it. So we grew and grew and eventually entered into franchising, but that's not a different. Continue ko ba? Or
Yeah, I mean, you
yeah.
mentioned you started this in your own home.
Yes.
Um, so you were the one making the coffee all by yourself.
Yes, yes. I
So you need to learn how to make coffee, or that's really your passion.
Well, I didn't have any technical experience sa coffee before.
Uh-huh. What's your
Um,
background in corporate? You mentioned din kasi kanina. You were an employee.
yes.
What's your background?
So I'm a graduate of marketing.
Okay.
But it was my third job, no, prior to. So yun yung pinaka last ko na job before I entered this business.
Mhm.
It was anong position ko? Basta it was a project manager for this fintech company.
Mhm.
Parang payroll fintech company siya. So I was reporting directly to the CEO and all aspects, legal, marketing, dealing with computer engineers, parang all around siya.
Mhm.
So it was a challenging job. But at the same time, I was grateful for it. Kasi doon ako natututo na parang mag-operate din kahit papano ng mga ibang aspects ng business ko. In my previous job, my boss would always tell me na treat this job na as if it's your own business. Siyempre, kung at that time when I was an employee, paano ko tititreat na business ko? Hindi naman ako kumikita dito. But like, when I eventually had my business, it was actually a significant message na tumatak sa akin na syempre, as a normal, typical employee, magrereklamo ako. But I would also eventually do the job anyway.
Yeah.
And kakaganon ko, parang na-instill na siya sa akin na whatever I do when I was still an employee, I'm gonna treat it as my business regardless. Kasi I would know that these skills I would be able to use someday kung magbi-business man ako or if I would eventually grow or climb up the career ladder.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You mentioned 6 years ago, right? 2020.
Yes.
So
2020.
you launched this in the middle of the pandemic.
Yes.
Did you launch this while you were an employee of the company?
Yes.
Okay, so you didn't resign and then you built the business.
No, I didn't resign yet. So, I was still working and it was actually at a certain time na marami nagle-lay off. Or not only within our company but also to other companies because it was a pandemic. Companies had to cut costs.
Yeah.
So, I was scared that I might be able to lose my job, no? And sana ko kukuha ng means of, basically, for living. So, we had the privilege to work from home and my job was more an output based. So, I can balance my time trying to build the business, research mga ganito, ganyan, at the same time, work. Yeah.
Can you guide us through that day? So I can't imagine it. Like you have this like day job, and then you have an online cafe.
Yeah.
So what was that like? Ano yan? Online job ba yun? Pag nasa bahay ka lang, and then mamaya titimpla ka ng kape sa kalagitnaan ng work. How was your day back then?
So, 2019 pa lang, my colleague and I were like forming this But First Coffee na. So I had photos na sa phone ko. I did not like open this a lot. No. But 2019 pa lang, may photos na ako. May mga logo na ako ng But First Coffee.
Naunang logo.
Yeah,
Naunang logo.
Naunang logo, yeah. So, dalawa kami ng friend ko nito. Colleague ko siya, same company kami
Yeah.
noon. Pero naging busy kami sa work. We had to like prioritize our work. Tapos nung pandemic na, so ako personally, I was very anxious kung i-lay off ako or not. So, yung mindset ko kasi is always, dapat may backup plan ako, dapat may solution ako. So, sabi ko sa friend ko na one day or day one na to, I'm gonna start this. Sabi ko, I'm gonna start this first. Whatever the risk, ako na yung I will be accountable. Ako na magpa-market, ako na maglalabas ng 6,000 pesos capital. Ako na yung...
6,000?
Yes, 6,000 pesos siya. Ako na lahat mag-effort muna. And then once, if it's okay, then you can onboard. Otherwise, at least ako na yung sasalo ng lahat. Walang regrets. Walang, So, ako muna. But eventually, parang we took the path na ako na lang. So, yung day na yon, So, since 2019 pa siya, it was already at the back of my, no, may mga drafts na ako. And I'm not a barista. Wala akong coffee. Hindi ako nakapag-coffee classes, basic barista 101 before. But, um, I have a coffee preference na parang gusto ko matapang, na gusto ko may slight na tamis. Parang ganyan. So, I want a strong, rich coffee. At the same time, may hint of sweetness. So, I knew what I wanted. And for me to get that without spending a lot, coffee maker na lang muna and then condensed milk.
This is the brewed coffee.
That's, yes, the brewed coffee and the condensed milk. So that's how I came up with the Vietnamese style because that's how the Vietnamese people do it. Pero ginawa ko siyang Vietnamese style para ma-tweak siya na not so strong kasi super tapang yung Vietnamese coffee talaga.
Yeah.
So at least ito, more on the palate ng mga Filipinos yung lasa and locally yung beans from then.
So that's 6,000 you mentioned.
Yes.
You used it to buy what?
Few kilograms of coffee grounds,
Okay.
cups, milk.
The coffee
Syrup.
maker is yours personally.
Yes.
Okay.
Tapos dumagdag lang ako ng isa worth 600 pesos.
This is very
Ganyan siya.
interesting because there are some people who want to start a business and then one of their common belief is they need to have this amount of like malaking amount of savings
Yeah.
just to start their business. So you started with 6,000. Like this is even like what for a minimum paid employee. Like you could maybe save this in few months, right?
Yeah.
How did you manage to build the business from scratch with just 6,000 pesos on your pocket? Did you also umabot ba sa time na nangutang ka or talagang inikot mo lang talaga siya?
So yung 6,000 na yan, inikot ko na lang siya. It wasn't the only amount that's in my bank account. Pero parang mga 10,000 siguro. Okay, 10,000. 6,000 na yung iyan ako.
Okay.
Because it's also calculated risk. Ayoko din isugal lahat ng meron ako without knowing if it's gonna be a success or not. Otherwise, mindset lang. How will I know if hindi ko siya itatry? But at the same time, balance din yung risk mo if whatever happens. Yeah, so portion siguro of my salary, save ko kahit papaano, nakakapag 10K ako.
What's the background of your family? Yung family mo, is it like did you come from like a family with a business background or?
No, my mom has been in the telco industry for like 35 years.
Also an employee.
Yes. And yung dad ko is more on mga farming side. But my mom wanted me to follow her path. That's why she doubted yung mga plans ko before because she wanted me to stick to the corporate. Because that's the more safe path, secured path. But of course, I had different personalities, different goals. And I want to do something for myself kasi matagal na ako, like, even when I was young, I wanted to be a business owner, but I don't know what business to pursue. I don't know how to pursue a business. So, parang I just took it one day at a time. Anyway, so my mom was really doubtful of my plans. And parang ang daming, side comments. But I used that as a motivation. I'm gonna prove you wrong someday. And kahit papano, I was grateful for that. I know she just wanted to guide me, to the right path that she thinks is best for me. But binabalance ko rin kasi yung what I also want for myself. At the same time, I would ensure na I will not fail her then whatever.
Since we already are talking about objections, I wanna ask, of course, your journey, I'm guessing it's not a smooth sailing journey from that, like 6,000 to now, how many branches. For sure, there are some obstacles. And that's one of the emphasis that I want to show to our viewers in this show, in No Filter show. How business is being portrayed right now online it's just so glamorous. Like it's just so smooth sailing, and then you will be having this Lamborghini or whatever, like luxury car, luxury house after just few months of trying.
That's true.
But it's not the case, I'm guessing, also with you. Can we talk about what were like some specific obstacles that you need to go through so that you can you have achieved something that you have achieved right now?
Yeah, so of course there's a different type of obstacle when you were starting. Tapos medyo growing. Tapos ngayon na you have to fix a lot. It's a different challenge. No? So when we were starting, yun nga, yung typical day ko was working at the same time, R&D. Tapos, so it was simultaneous, no? Kasi as mentioned, parang output-based yung work ko before. And then, nung parang I found the right product na and all, so picture, promote. So yung mga challenges nung ganyang phase was like, lahat ikaw. Like, you have to play several hats, no? From posting, from R&D, from marketing it, from rolling yung mga funds mo from the sales that you have. Trying to figure everything out. Mga delivery platforms, yung something that I don't have any idea before. And you have to like do everything, no? So you have to do everything from scratch. Challenging siya for a fact na I don't have any knowledge in the F&B world before. Challenging din siya sa how to get the brand out there. Like, mentally exhausting din siya because, yung naiisip mo is, mag-post ako ng post, baka ginajudge na ako ng family ko, or like, may pumuposta if magiging flop to or not. So, ibang level of exhaustion din yung ganyan. Tapos, finding the right suppliers, paiba-iba. Yun yung mga challenges from that phase. Tapos, as it was growing, yun naman yung parang glamorous side of it, no? So, you have, the business is growing. So, parang it's a proven model. You get a lot of franchisees. So, a little bit summary lang on how we entered the franchising. It was an online cafe. So, deliveries yung 6,000, naging 12,000, naging 18,000. And eventually, I saw potential in the brand already na sabi ko, if I can grow this from an online, from a home-based online cafe, I could definitely scale it or grow it even better if I have a physical store. So sa baba ng apartment where we initially operated as an online cafe, I looked for some spots na baka pwede ako mag-co-lease muna, small carts lang. So nakahanap ako just below the apartment where I used to operate. And then from there, medyo nag-grow yung customer base namin. People got to know more about who But First Coffee is. And customers became franchisees and eventually it multiplied. So, franchising was really one of our growth engines when we started. From having one branch, 2020, nagsarado kami ng 2020 with 3 branches. Tapos, 2021, yun na talaga nagsimula yung franchising. Then, so on and so forth. So, on that growth phase, it was growing. There's a lot of features. There's a lot of virality that came with it. And of course, sales are also growing because we were one of the pioneers to offer one of the most affordable coffee in the metro, as well as may mga free deliveries pa siya. Yeah. But now that it's already like at a point na it's there na, sometimes, people think na, or yung definition ng success is about, nag-grow ka na, marami kang branches. But success and growth is different from sustainability, no? So, yun naman yung nagiging challenge as someone who scaled that fast. Yun nga, kala nila successful na and all, but as you are scaling, when you scale, parang yan pala yung nagpapalabas ng weakness ng negosyo mo that already was there before. Parang na-emphasize lang siya as you have scaled, no? It's crazy. Right now, as a normal cafe setup, grow ka, you get to be this one big organization. There's a lot of departments, there's a lot of processes and systems. So yung challenge naman is people management. That's one of the major challenges we have. Systems and processes. So, there's a lot of trial and error sa mga systems na minsan it's set to be there, but again, the people cannot follow it. No?
Yeah.
So you have to change it, whatever you have to do for the people to comply or to
It's just simple to
follow it.
say. I mean, there are several coaches that would say, oh, build systems, build processes. It's just simple to say it. Na. It's
Yeah.
easier said than done. When you actually do it in your business na, it's one thing to document the SOP. It's one thing to try to implement it. But it's another thing to let people follow it.
That's true.
So
Grabe. I have
I can't
no words on
like
how.
I can't imagine. Lalo na sa'yo, like you're dealing with franchisors.
Yes.
These people are like technically different profiles of business owners as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
How they deal with growing a business is also, you cannot force them to operate like you,
Yeah.
right? So but also na pinapangalagaan mo din yung brand nyo,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
can't imagine how difficult it is really to manage that.
Grabe. Yeah. And all those collection
Oh,
concerns.
yeah.
Grabe.
Was there a moment, Anna, that you thought about quitting?
Yeah. Yeah. Siguro ano lang siya. Not necessarily quitting, but like slowing down or pausing for a bit, no? Because I prayed for this eh. I prayed for this whole business, no? Share ko na lang din. Chika na lang din ulit. Mga March 2020, nag-start yung pandemic talaga. Like, that's what the time may mga lockdowns na ganap. Of course, lahat tayo, grabe yung napagdaanan during the pandemic. And I was like, pinangkakapitan ko lang talaga is my faith and my prayers kay God. I'm not perfect ha. Marami din ako mga kasalanan or whatever. But one thing's for sure, I try to maintain my relationship with God, no? So, yung constant prayer ko sa Kanya is, Lord, please protect my everything spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, financially. And Lord, please bless me with a business someday, no, that I can create opportunities for jobs and for people who want to do business as well. Kasi makikita mo na daming tao kailangan ng tulong. So, as someone na magnenegosyo, syempre, you cannot just run a business without values eh. Hindi naman puro pera lang palagi eh. You also have to values are something that what grounds you, that what makes you, ethical in running a business and all. So, I've been constantly praying for that. And little by little, ito na pala yun, Lord, yung prayer ko. It's actually an answered prayer. So, there are days na parang, yes, you might think na parang pagod. I wanna quit, but not necessarily giving up the whole thing because this is the prayer that has been answered to me. So siguro pausing for a bit, slowing down. Kasi it was grabe, the past years, expansion, then hindi makakahabol yung systems because of just expansion. So yung dapat na ipoprotect or i-establish, which is the backbone of the company, all of those systems and stuff, parang na-prioritize yung expansion. So that's what we are focusing these past months.
Did you feel like your business is outgrowing you as a person? Parang kasi sabi na mention mo, ang bilis ng growth.
Yeah.
Parang was there a moment na parang you felt like I didn't expect this na ganito siya ka-taxing and ka-demanding?
Yeah, oo. Ito na siguro nung medyo lumaki na siya. Nung growing pa lang, parang okay, manageable pa. Parang I can manage the people that I'm facing, working with. Pero parang the more that your business grows, parang ang dami mo ring, those problems are, just coming out of nowhere. But technically, nandyan na sila when you were growing. Ngayon lang siya yung na-emphasize talaga.
A textbook advice, or maybe from some gurus out there online, I've been seeing this for the past years, is when you're encountering a challenge, for example, like that, a common advice is just hire.
Hire.
Was that helpful to you?
Yeah, grabe. 2023 siguro. Parang I have this fantasy na I need to have this departments in place. Kailangan ko ng managers, ng directors, ng ganito, ganyan. But at some point, it was helpful, but it was really not sustainable, no? Parang ang daming, as a young business, kahit magsasabi pa naman sila na ang pangit mag-micromanage, as a business owner, hindi mo siya talagang malalet go totally eh. Kasi parang, typical, company, so you have managers, you hire people, focus on direction, focus on growth, focus on other strategies as a business owner. But, may certain limitations din pala siya. You cannot fully hands off and not micromanage because yan mismo yung parang personal experience ko papaso sa akin or papaso sa'yo na sorry, Tagalog ba yung pasok?
Okay lang, yeah.
Oh, Tagalog.
Yeah, it's fine.
Ilonggo kasi ako. I'm from Bacolod. So, medyo nami-mix ko ata yung
Gid.
Tagalog. Yeah. Yeah. So, parang doon ako napaso na parang, I wanted to entrust everything to you. I'm not gonna micromanage you. I'm gonna be a good leader. I'm gonna be a good boss. Parang ganun yung mga fantasy, di ba? Kasi, I've been an employee once. And, may longing din ako na parang pag nagnegosyo ako, I want to be that, that leader na I will trust you, I will just guide you along the way. Pero parang if business mo siya and it's a very young business, you cannot fully offload yourself from all of those nitty-gritty. So hiring the right people siguro is something na yung parang mga advice na hire. Yeah, of course, it's really one thing, no? But it's also a different thing if you hire the wrong people. So
yeah.
So yun siya yung mga...
Can you walk us through that moment when you said na parang you tried to parang hands off and let go?
Yeah.
Kasi, parang the business is already capable of hiring people, right? What happened in that moment? Parang sabi mo, okay, pwede na pala ako mag-hands off. You really, trinay mo talaga mag-hands off.
Hands off in a way na parang, hindi naman totally ha.
Oo. Pero
Hands
not
off lang, kaya mo na
micromanage.
yan,
Okay,
ganito, ganyan. Okay, sige, approve.
What happened?
In terms of parang hands off, no? Operations, branch operations, parang, okay, I trust you na ito yung magiging process, ito yung SOP, ito yung audits, ito yung quality and such. Tapos, pag ako na yung mismo yung nag-audit, wala pang 5 minutes. Ang dami ko nang makikitang mali. Pero yung reported sa akin are okay and all. Yung mga ganyan klase. Tapos, or like, dealing with a franchisee. Okay, everything's resolved. Everything's okay. Pero hindi pa pala. So, parang, I've been trusting so much. Tapos, when I cross-check it, or pag ako din magra-run ng mismong audit a few weeks or a few months later, hindi pala. So, yun yung and nagpa-pile up siya. So, it's crazy. It's crazy.
With all of this, Anna, was there a specific, like, parang a major pivot that you did? Or parang a major shift that you did that turned things around for you?
I think lately.
What is it?
So, there are people, diba, I've mentioned na people management is something, it's one of the challenges that we have right now, no? And not hiring the right people. So lately, I am more hands-on now. There are departments that I've dissolved. Let's say kung umalis na, I didn't hire a new one, no? I restructured, and there's this thing din kasi that I also like read about na if this certain function yung makaka-resolve is ikaw lang din as a CEO or as a business owner, founder. What's the essence of having that layer or department pa na sa'yo lang din pala babalik, no? That's why you're hiring more team members, more brains that can help you, collaborative yung ano nyo, but it's hindi siya practical na ganyan yung magiging nakasanayan eventually, no? It's hard for us to scale. Kung ganyan, ikaw din pala yung, well, kung worst case na, definitely. But if it's a basic case na it could be resolved on a certain level, dapat nare-resolve na siya on that, no? Hindi na yung dadaan pa sa amin. So, there's a lot of instances in different departments na at the end of the day, basic na nga lang, kami pa yung nagre-resolve. So, nagre-restructure ako. Parang yung nagiging sistema ko right now, how I was super hands-on growing the business in 2020, 2021, yun ngayon yung nangyayari. Nagbumalik ako isa-isa. Kasi it's a different output kung owner's engagement yung nandyan eh. So, while I am working directly on certain areas. Inaayos ko na siya right now na parang dapat may better systems and SOPs na ready, available na if there's this right person that would come along to manage that department. So, I restructured. I'm more hands-on right now. Same as how I was really hands-on growing back in 2020.
So more hands-on. But you mentioned earlier, you just gave birth to a child.
Yeah.
How are you like, because the 2021 Anna is not the 2026 Anna, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
How are you managing your time now? And
I
your
am
efforts?
just grateful for the privilege that I could still have my slow mornings, my time with my child, no, before, or I can bring my child to work, or I can work from home. And I think what powers me through right now is my child. So it's my first child. So it's a different kind of love pala, no? And you would do everything. Kasi, once you have a child or a family, inisip mo na yung future nila eh. So, my child has been my source of strength lately. Naiyak ako. My source of strength lately. So, no matter how hard it is, parang, wait lang, postpartum ba to?
It's okay.
No matter how challenging, the business gets or how hard it is, parang, I always just look back on the things that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful to have these challenges, no? Na I'm grateful to have this company that could give me these challenges na I could surpass eventually. I'm grateful to have this child that gives me so much strength to go through, no? So, inisip ko na lang. I'm just being more grateful rather than dwelling on all of these challenges and wala.
What's your child's name?
Alexandra Kayla. Yeah.
Alexandra Kayla may watch this video and this show few years from now.
Yeah.
And if you will like, take this opportunity, if you will say something to her, an older her,
My God.
what would you say to her?
Wait lang. Na-emotional ako. Baka postpartum lang to. What would I say to her? Kayla, everything that I do, that your dad and I do, is for you. I pray that whatever values that your dad and I have will be instilled with you as you grow up, and that if you want to take on this business someday, I hope parang same yung how we deal with the people, our values, you remain humble and God-fearing all the time. And I hope that, yeah, you will grow up filled with love and happiness and the same fire that your dad and I have to achieve our goals, and you hopefully to achieve your goals someday. We love you so, so much.
It's so heartfelt, Anna. You know,
Yeah.
I've also became a father recently, and I can totally relate to you. Like it's a different kind of motivation when you have your own family already, right?
Yeah.
You started this when you were like just a corporate girly who has a dream of building her own business.
Right.
What changed? What changed in terms of like you mentioned earlier your motivation? Yes, most like that's sure. Like it really changed.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you like in handling business and in handling your team? Did something change as well?
Yeah. When I was in high school or college, patola talaga ako. Like,
What do you mean by patola?
patola in a way na mga away talaga ako, lalaban talaga ako, palaban talaga ako. There was this time, I'm not proud of this, but I got suspended when I was in high school kasi parang may dinefend ako, tapos because nagde-defend ako, parang ako yung sumalo ng, sanction or whatever, so suspend ka dyan, whatever. But like, being in this position right now, it's humbling. Kasi you have to be the bigger person. And I think I am more self-aware now, siguro, compared to before. Humbling as well in a way na, syempre you deal with different personalities, no? At work, or different clients, different customers, feedback. So, hindi mo lahat yan kailangan labanan or papatulan. Tama ba yung term? So, siguro I'm more understanding and more open right now sa the people that I encounter on such scenarios, no? I think I'm more disciplined now compared to before. All reckless, all whatever ginagawang ano. So I'm more disciplined right now and patient siguro. Yun.
Ikaw ba naman magdala ng bata?
Yeah.
9 months, right? That would really change you.
Yeah.
What's the role of your husband?
So, si Kevin, nung nagsisimula pa lang ako, so nag-offer ako ng free delivery. Yan nga sa motor.
Okay.
So more on support siya before. Kasi he is this IT guy. Medyo IT yung field niya talaga. Yung dynamics namin, ako yung sa taga-initiate ng plans. Siya yung taga-sweep ng mga mess ko. You know, from, let's say, okay, simula ko lang But First Coffee. Pero may kailangan palang warehouse. May kailangan. So, siya yung taga-sweep ng mga nami-miss out ko. So, yun yung dynamics namin. So, when I started, initially, support. Wala pa naman masyadong operations before. Kasi cafe pa lang naman, parang side hobby pa lang siya na tinetest ko before. And then for free delivery, sabi ko, babe, can you deliver this? So, siya yung nga nagde-deliver minsan, maliban sa mga kuya drivers na nafe-friend ko to help me deliver. Tapos, let's say, pag may natapon pa na kape, sabi ko, bayaran mo yan, ha? Wala na nga siya yung sahod, siya pa yung nagbabayad ng gas. Tapos, susingilin ko pa siya, no, pag may natapon. But, anyway, because of that, no, naka-establish kami ng mga sistema. So, as we were growing, siya yung nag-aayos ng mga hindi ko nakikita. Kasi I'm just more of, let's grow this, let's market this, more on product development ako, business development ako, on the marketing side, the face of the business, whatever. Siya naman more on supporting all of my plans. So, he's the one that created our website. He's the one that created the whole warehouse process. He's the one right now handling mga construction sites and also more on the operational and technical aspects.
So heavily, he's now currently involved with the business.
Yes, now.
Since the start talaga.
Yes.
But this is also the father of your child.
He is.
How you're managing? You're both operating 100+ branch coffee shop chain, and you just had a child.
Yeah. So we met back in college. We're turning 14 years this
Congratulations.
December. Thank you. And of course you cannot separate anymore personal and business here because it's all connected at the end of the day, especially.
So hindi talaga ma-separate. Sabi nila na separate daw eh.
No. There are times of course na masa-separate, but at the end of the day balik pa rin eh.
Yeah.
But I think working together parang made our love for each other stronger. Wow, love for each other. It made us stronger actually. And parang mas naging mature yung mindset namin. I love how our dynamics work talaga. Parang I could not imagine having a different partner in business and in life. And I cannot imagine like growing this business without his support in all of these aspects of business. So it's not perfect. Grabe. It's also challenging. We may have some arguments, but yung ano lang namin, yung common agreement lang namin. Let's say he will have his take on things, I will have my own take on things. let's try kung ano yung pinaka-best for the business, then we'll do that. Otherwise, then we have plan B, which is gonna be either his or my decision. So, yun yung ano namin.
Amazing. Anna, you're in a coffee shop business. You're in an industry that is, I would say, so attractive that so many even small players are willing to. Like last week pa lang, I've been talking to one affiliate of ours ng Bakas. And then may coffee shop din siya. As in sa baba lang din ng bahay nila.
Yeah.
Sa parking daw ginagawa niya. So there are so many Filipinos who are attracted to the coffee shop business right now. Can we talk about what is a harsh truth about the industry that you think nobody is talking, and maybe these small players or those starting out are not hearing yet?
Wow. Harsh truth. It's the competition is so tough these days. It's hard to thrive in the industry if I've been seeing kasi other businesses, coffee shop businesses na nag-start but hindi nila tinuloy. So, parang if it's a growing brand, it's hard to thrive in this industry. Parang starting from scratch, no? But what would change that is how they will be able to manage yung challenges nila, or how will they be able to cope up with that challenge, paano kayo mag-thrive within the coffee space, no? So
Do you have one specific na parang let's say a conventional business advice for coffee shops, or maybe a conventional thought about building a coffee shop that you would call out and say no?
Siguro, ano ba? Start a coffee shop with parang a goal in mind, or with a purpose. Do not just start a coffee shop for the sake of just joining the whole trend, no? Find your niche talaga. Kasi yun nga, very, very, very common na rate na pare-parehas na lahat ng ino-offer. It's hard to penetrate on some areas, especially kung starting coffee brand ka. But again, that's a challenge for you, on how you will be able to surpass all of those. May iba that tend to like not continue it anymore because probably they just wanted to try, tapos eventually they figure out it's not meant for them. But for those na nag-thrive talaga, I commend them because they are starting with a purpose. They are continuing with a purpose and not just because of just joining the whole bandwagon. But ang daming iniisip John, like in terms of managing a coffee shop business. Again, the sustainability of it.
Even as you start pa lang, you think about your capex. I mean, your
Yes,
capex is like if you wanna have your own branch and then physical space, the rent is not cheap, right?
Correct. But ako personally, I'm a firm believer that you do not have to have it all for you to succeed because that's how we started. Yun nga, that's why I commend all of those that are pursuing, that are thriving. Because yun yung mga mindset na nagsasucceed talaga eh. Yung hindi ka easily ma-shaken or ma-rattle just because of those mild bumps along the way. Na common naman talaga na lahat ng businesses may mga problema na pinagdadaanan. But yun siya, it's more on, it's hard right now, but it's a different story on how you will be able to surpass through that.
I'm guessing even with a established brand like yours, like with 100 plus branches, like you can also encounter all of these challenges, right?
A lot, yeah.
And you mentioned several obstacles earlier. Just to have a real talk, Anna. After everything that you went through, why are you still doing this?
Why am I still doing this?
Kasi halata na eh. It's so difficult. Like there's a much more comfortable choice. Convenient choice.
Ewan ko nga eh. Charot lang. No. Real talk. Why am I still doing this? Number one, there's a lot of people depending on me. I cannot, just give up because pagod ako. I cannot just, there's a lot of paths, no? But, again, I don't want to fail these people that trusted the brand, that trusted my leadership. And again, it's an answered prayer na sabi ko, Lord, if you will bless me with something, iingatan ko because this is what you've blessed me with. Um, Number two, of course, I am growing a family. It's something na I have been already like growing for the past years. And it is a legacy that I want to pass on to my daughter eventually. Um, Number three, ano tawag dito? There's a lot pa eh. There's so much more to, I believe there is a lot of purpose as to why I am doing this. I am thriving in this, in these challenges. Charot.
More than
Yeah.
all those wins in business, for sure you have grown. You mentioned earlier yung mga ibang napansin mo nagbago din sa'yo. I want to ask specifically, what are those personal flaws or some weaknesses that were revealed, forced na reveal talaga sa'yo,
Mhm.
while you were trying to grow the business?
Personal.
Oh yeah,
Personally.
personal. Kasi sabi mo may marketing background ka eh. So
Yeah.
that's given, that's your superpower.
Mhm.
What's a personal flaw that you needed to confront?
Mhm.
That's like it's your weakness, but you need to confront this so that your
Yes.
business can survive.
Data. Data is something na parang I took for granted. Yon. Um, Parang dati, akala ko, growing naman eh. Ilan naman akong binabasayan na data. Parang mga ganyan. Parang push lang. Ganon. But lately, data is something that really opened up my mind and shifted my perspective. It's something that I really took for granted na could have, the business could have performed even better if I had focused on it
So
sooner.
before when you mentioned data, so before ano yung basihan mo ng growth?
Basehan ko ng growth expansions,
So more
presence,
branches
gut
and all that.
feels,
Yeah.
aesthetics, and
Uh-huh.
all. But when you sustain a business, it's not just the systems, it's the data that you should base
Yeah.
on making business decisions moving forward. So it's
The-
something that I really took for granted before. For
The boring
example,
things, the boring
the
things.
boring things. Yeah,
Yeah.
kasi I'm so used of just doing the fun things, the marketing,
Yeah.
these PR kits, these whatever concepts that I have in my mind. It's so fun. But so my brother right now, he's working with us na rin. So he's our data guy. Grabe, ang daming data na unfold niya sa akin that I just, took for granted before. So, for example, we identified, kunwari lang, there's this product na ito pala yung binibring in yan na hindi natin napopromote before, ganito, ganyan. Ito yung loss of sales pala natin just because of this and that, this and that. So, yeah.
Is there for a starting coffee shop owner that's watching this, is there a specific data that you would recommend they look at and focus on as they scale or as they grow?
Yes. Siguro yung product mix ninyo.
Product
mix.
mix.
Baka you get to just offer or you get to promote kung ano-ano mo lang dyan ng mga products sa menu mo. But siguro because of a certain data, baka ito pala yung mas magpupush pa sa'yo. Better, parang ganyan. Also, your COGS. So, yung COGS nyo, you have to also check it if it's too much na yung
COGS is?
cost of goods sold. So, for example, if you're selling a cup of Spanish latte, how much dyan yung COGS mo, yung kape mo, yung gatas mo, yung packaging mo, and all. So, lately kasi, puro pamura. Like, the battle is with the prices, no? Pababaan ng prices. So, you have to check if that is, like, sustainable as you grow or as you will be scaling further.
Cool.
Yun.
I couldn't agree more. Kasi, parang may price war din, right?
Yeah, oo.
And knowing I call this unit
And
economics.
we're guilty of that, ha? We have
Before.
before, yeah, oo.
Can you talk more about it? Like, how is it? Like, gusto mo para lang maraming makuha ng customer or
Yes.
talagang hindi ka aware kung how much the cost per...
siguro, no. More on price war, babaan,
baba.
promo,
Okay.
parang ganyan. Ayun. But,
And ano
late,
yung na-observe mo? What happened to the brand?
well, parang yun nga, nami-miss out mo in areas na you could push better. Hindi lang for the sake na magpapapromo ka lang dyan or babaan mo lang yung presyo mo. You can create more strategies or a different direction because of those data that I missed out on or that I took for granted on. It's not all the time pababaan ng presyo. It's not all the time yun nga, promo. There's a lot of ways on how we can initiate activities that could drive in more revenue rather than just bringing down the price.
So essentially parang discounting is not the only way to go. I mean,
Yes.
if you want to grow your sales,
Yeah.
discounting is like there are other
Yes.
ways to do it,
Oo,
right?
Yeah. Of course, we still do promos, but
Yeah.
yung actually lately lang it's more on a strategic approach and data driven na talaga dapat. Yeah.
Since you were mentioning about data in business, and this is not your forte before when you started this business, right?
Yeah.
What are the things that you needed to unlearn? Kasi as you go through these past years, for sure, you might have learned this and this. Maybe you've joined some other seminars or my mentor ka or whatever. You've learned from someone. What are the things that you needed to unlearn so that you can get into the progress that you have right now?
Ano ba? Paano unlearn?
Like you thought before na dapat itong gawin, pero ay hindi pala. Kasi when you tried to do it, it did not work.
Yeah. I had to unlearn of just focusing on the aesthetics, I had to unlearn na just because may ongoing ka na process or sistema, that's already gonna be the whole process or system moving forward. So you have to
Adjust pa rin.
adjust, shift things from this to that, and be more careful. I'm more careful now on how aggressive I am based on data already. So I had to unlearn parang yun nga, mga investing on the wrong things na ito pala yung nakapag-drive in ng more revenue. Bakit ito yung pinag-aaksayahan ko ng investment? So those balances.
You're the sole owner of the business now. You don't have
Me and my husband, we're a
Yeah.
corporation.
Corporation.
Right? Oh.
So I'm sure you will agree with me that whatever is going on with the people handling the business or owning the business is really more likely would also affect the business, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
It's just very difficult to separate. Kasi if you're very exhausted personally, lalo na ikaw for sure, how many sleepless nights have you had for the past months? Nagkwento ka pa lang yung pinagdaanan mo before you got here.
Yeah.
All those. It could really affect your decision making, your how you handle people as well.
Yep.
And this is how I want us to transition sana on more on personal reflection. Kasi how healthy we are mentally can affect everything that we do, right? So I want to challenge you to a comfort cards challenge. Have you seen the comfort cards?
Yeah.
So I have here a set of cards.
Okay.
I have here a set of cards. By the way, nasa ano na to? Nasa But First Coffee.
Yes.
Bubunot ka lang. And then how we do this is bubunot ka ng isa. And then you answer the question on the solid part of the card. And then later, after you answer, we flip the card and then you answer the comforting statement. Okay?
Okay.
Sige.
So, let me just... Ito. Okay. So,
Can you read the
here?
card? Yeah.
Hala, sino ang taong nasaktan mo nang hindi mo sinasadya? Sino ba? Sino ang taong nasaktan mo nang hindi mo sinasadya? Okay. Siguro multiple people. Siguro ibang mga team members. Hindi ko sila, nasasaktan ko sila, pero hindi ko sinasadya. Because I'm a very straightforward person. If I don't like it, I will say I don't like it. If I'm disappointed, I will say this, I'm disappointed. So, siguro because of me being straightforward, baka nasasaktan ko na sila. But I don't mean it because it's just for the better naman eh. Why I'm telling this, it's for the betterment naman of either the team member or the whole team. Yun. Does that count? Or personal ba?
No,
Sila lang yung
that
pala. I
counts,
think
really.
yun yung top of mind ko
Yeah, I mean,
talaga.
you cannot separate it. I mean, whoever you're dealing with in business,
Yeah.
your team,
Oo.
those are also relationships, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes, I mean, one of the challenges as well as a business owner is you need to let go of some people just because it's a
Yes.
misfit,
Yes.
right?
Yes. So, yun.
How many times have you fired people, Anna?
Um,
Have you fired people? Are you the kind of person that will like, okay, please don't go to the office on Monday?
due process. Due process
Yeah.
naman siya. Either it's a due process or they eventually are the ones that are leaving or it's a mutual decision. Ganun. Pero I cannot say you're fired. No. Due process naman. Very straightforward ako na I'm not happy with the performance anymore.
How
This
are
is
you
not
with
the line.
hiring? Are you personally involved when it comes to hiring people?
For top management or
Top
Mancom.
management, yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. But would you say that it's a strength of yours na parang you can feel like this person is really fit for this job?
It is. No? So there's a lot of people that came and left.
Mhm.
Tama ba yung grammar? Came
Yeah,
and
evaporated.
Yes. There are people that I've really built great relationships with when we started working together, but eventually parang nag-fade na, or like I turned to be the bad guy already. But regardless, no, regardless kung naging graceful man yung exit or not, there's a certain point naman that we had greatly worked together. Yung dynamics namin were okay. But minsan may times na talaga sa business na kung ganito na yung business, parang nagiging iba na yung directives that they cannot,
Yeah.
cope or meet with.
So one other way of saying it, kasi I can really relate, is siguro also a lesson from whatever you said then earlier is that whatever brought you to from this level to another
Yeah.
will not bring you to from this level to another.
Yes.
And it's the same even with hiring people, your processes. Kasi ngayon, you mentioned you're much more careful. For sure,
Yes.
that came from some of the mistakes or
Yeah.
mishaps that already did in the past.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Let's flip the card.
Yun. Let's flip it.
What does it say?
I'm proud of you for reflecting. It's a sign of strength and growth. Wow.
Did you feel that you grew after that, like, several experiences with can we say mishires or misfits, or parang yun nga nasabi mo nag-fade na?
Yeah. Sorry. Ano yun?
What lessons did you learn when it
Lessons.
comes to hiring people after going through that phase of like, you mentioned na may mga talents na
Yeah.
simula okay, but like, hindi na naging okay yung performance.
Hiring people is tricky talaga eh. No. The resumes could be like really, really good. Interviews could be really, really good. Like, you cannot just tell in 1 to 3 interviews eh. Kasi tapos super galing. Like, let's say super galing interviews. First few months, okay. Pero pag may challenge na pala, doon yung nagiging nagfa-fall apart, no. There are people that are okay with us in the good times, pero kung bad times, doon sila nag-drift apart, nag-evaporate. So siguro syempre it came with growth din, no, yung fast hiring namin. So it's more of interviews, instead of how many interviews, resume reviews and all. lately it nag-add na rin ng mga more psychological questions, exams and situations specific to what they will be handling sa certain department na yan para mas lalong ma-filter better yung mga candidates. So at least medyo um mas marami ng basis.
Stringent na din. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
You wouldn't get to that point if you haven't experienced all those
Correct.
mistakes before, right?
Yeah.
Anna, you've impacted a lot of people. I could say even me. Like one of my first coffees when we moved here in Manila is But First Coffee. I remembered we purchased 1 liter of Vietnamese coffee in But First Coffee in Alabang. And for sure, you have also impacted a lot of employees. You've given them a source of living, and also franchisees all around the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
You've built something that could outlive you. It's not that we're asking it to happen, but if this is your last day in this world, what message would you want to leave?
Simple lang. It's always been my motto in life. Never give up. Nasa yearbook ko to. High school, grade school yearbook ko. Never give up. Because when you do things, you have to put in your 100% effort. Because like, if you will give up on just one problem, how would you know na baka mag-succeed pala to, di ba? No, and you put like, never give up, and everything that you do, put in your 100% efforts, because whatever na mangyayari man sa gagawin mo, either it will succeed or either it will fail. These lessons that you will be having, that you will be encountering, those are priceless lessons that could bring you, or that could help you bounce back the next time around. So never give up on your dreams. No, there's all of these people that are seasoned business owners, mga successful people in the industry, professionals. At some point, marami din silang problema na napagdaanan. But because they didn't easily give up, they're able to thrive and to become successful in their field business.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Anna, for not giving up. And I'm sure maybe wala pa nakapagsabi sa'yo nito, but the impact of coffee to certain people, especially me, like whenever even if kahit man yan hindi But First Coffee, but the impact of coffee for a certain person could be life-changing. When I'm like so down and okay, kailangan ko ng energy because I just need to push through this day.
Yeah.
That's the impact of your product, and whatever you're building, it's impacting a lot of people.
Thank you.
If you can talk to one customer right now, just one customer who is very like an avid fan of But First Coffee, what would you tell that person?
What would I tell that person? Well, of course, I would be really grateful for that person for supporting But First Coffee, no? But I would also like highlight sa kanya na yung tagline namin yan is your greater start.
Mm-hmm.
Why your greater start? A lot of our customers, kape yung nagpapagising sa kanila, nagsistrengthen sa kanila. So it could be their greater start for the day. But having But First Coffee could be your greater start for the day. Could also be a greater start for our team, our baristas, because that every cup made, no, could be a greater start for someone's future. Let's say may mga baristas kami na may pinapaaral, may binubuhay. By having to support that, it's a greater start for them. So thank you for not only consuming our coffee, but for being one of the source of a greater start for our team, our organization. Yun. And I pray that, may God bless you with more blessings as well and genuine happiness in life.
Anna, I couldn't thank you very well. Like, this is just so amazing for a first episode. Thank you so much for your time and all of those amazing messages you've left. For sure, a lot of people would have like really learned a lot from this episode. Thank you so much
you.
again
Thank you.
for
Thank
answering the
you.
no filter challenge.
Thank you so much,
Amazing.
John. It's actually therapeutic. Naging therapeutic siya for me for some reason. Thank you so much. And of course, to Bakas, grabe. This is the kind of validation that I needed right now. It's a sign of strength and growth. So thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Congratulations
see you
to
at the top.
Yes, see
Yeah.
you at the top. All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yun ba yung habit, hindi